I'm making a long sleeve button-up dress with a belt for the fall. This short pattern will be turned into a dress. I already used this patchwork pattern before and I like the fit, so I will be making the shirt longer and I'm going to add some volume around the hips. I cut 2 thin strips of interfacing and now I'm ironing them to the wrong sides of the button and buttonhole part of the dress. It will give it that crisp, dressy appeal and also prevent the fabric from stretching out when sewing buttonholes. Then I fold and press the placket. After I top stitch the placket on both sides, I'm going to attach the front pieces to the back. Now it's time to make a collar band. I'm clipping the top, avoiding the curved sides. They will be trimmed later. The top of the band will be folded inside, that's why I'm pressing it right now. I haven't removed the basting stitch, it's ready to be attached. I top stitched the band and this is what it looks like. The next step would be decorating the plackets with buttons and buttonholes. I knew I wanted to use this gold buckle that I removed from my thrifted belt, and now I need to find the same gold tone buttons to go with it. Every set of gold buttons that I have is slightly different color, but I found the ones that match the most and the size is perfect as well. I'm sewing buttonholes on the right side of the garment. It was going well until I got to the neckband. My sewing machine refused to sew a good buttonhole there, so after a few attempts ending in unpicking the thread, I decided to finish the buttonhole with a zigzag stitch. Let me tell you how I determined where I wanted to place my buttons. I placed my buckle at the waist. I wanted one button to be exactly in the middle of the buckle, and I went from there to where I wanted to place the rest of them. Usually I put my first button on the highest point of the bust and then determine where the others go. But this time I decided to experiment a little. I hope I will not regret this decision. This is the sleeve of the blouse. I'm going to transform it into a long bishop sleeve. Because the sleeve is supposed to be sewn with a wide cuff, it's shorter than what I need. That's why I already added some length and have cut out a new pattern from a random fabric remnant. Starting at the bottom, I cut the sleeve pattern almost all the way to the top, about 5 times. Then I spread the fabric noodles as wide as I like them and cut again, this time from the garment fabric. I gathered the sleeves with 1/2 inch wide elastic for comfort, and I like how that matches the ruffle of the dress. And here I realized that I hadn't told you anything about the ruffle. I probably didn't think it was important enough to record. Anyway, it's just 2 very long rectangles randomly gathered at the bottom of the dress. One last thing I had left to do was to make a belt. I measured out how wide I wanted it to be and cut out 2 long strips. Fusible interfacing was applied to both sides of the belt to make it stronger. With the right sides together, I'm going to sew the strips one to another, leaving an opening. Then I will turn the belt right side out and top stitch it. You might wonder why I have so many basting stitches here. I did that to prevent the fabric from moving while I top stitch. Also, I'm adding some decorative stitches 1/2 inch away from the edges of the belt. I tried to make an eyelet on my sewing machine, but it didn't turn out well, so I'm finishing it by hand. And through this hole, I'm going to pass the buckle pin, then secure the edge of the belt with some hand stitches.